Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with another tactic, but this one's from me. Yes, I have made my own tactic on this year's game. There is no GYR in sight, and it is actually pretty good. It actually works. Who'd have thought? We've tested this with Celtic. Now, yes, okay, they were our big tier team. They won the Scottish Premiership, obviously with 107 points, which I thought was pretty darn impressive. We tested this with a lower down team as well. We tested this with Eastleigh in the National League. They managed to win the league despite being predicted to finish in 12th. And we tested this with West Ham, who finished second in the Premier League, which I think most Hammers fans would quite enjoy. Yes, we were knocked out of the Europa League, but we were knocked out by Liverpool, so I'm going to take that and I'm going to chalk it off and just say that we were unlucky with the draw. With the tactic in the Premier League, we finished second. Yes, okay, Man City absolutely dominated things, but we were a very impressive second in my mind. 25 victories all throughout the course of the season, and in terms of the data hub, we're pretty darn effective as well. We've actually conceded a little bit less than we should do, and we've scored a little bit more than we probably have done. But ultimately, I think this tactic is very good. I've used this in my super team, where you can basically win a copy of FM25. If you want to go and check that out, I'll leave a link to it in the description. But throughout the season, we've been pretty consistent in a large portion of the competitions, even picking up some very good wins, as you would expect, against some of the good teams. Now, over to the tactic screen. This is what it looks like with the West Ham team in situ. As you can see, there's lots of goals throughout this team. 11 for Soucek. We've got 13 for Ward-Prowse, 24 for Bowen, 16 for 𝘼𝙗𝙤𝙪. We've got 15 for Kudus, and we've also got Mikel Antonio with 14 down near the bottom as well. This is the best 11 in the team. It's put Kudus up top, actually, which I'm not too mad about. I think he can work really nicely there. I'm going to go through and break this tactic down, and you can follow along with the instructions. It does not matter. We can get this into your game exactly as I have it right here. So in goal is a sweeper keeper on defensive duty, guys. Nothing additional on him. Moving into the fullback positions, they are both wing backs on support with these additional instructions on both of them. Cross more often, cross aim center, shoot less often, stay wider, and tackle harder. You know, these are the additional ones, guys, because they have the white cog and the red circle next to them, and you get to them via the edit menu, and you can see which ones are selected here. So tackle harder, stay wider, shoot less, cross more, cross aim center, exactly like that. And both fullbacks are identical here. Into the centre backs, we have two ball playing defenders on defensive duty with dribble more, mark tighter, and tackle harder on both of these. Into the defensive midfield spots, we have two of them, which makes this tactic really solid at the back. We do really well with it. They are both defensive midfielders on support duty with hold position and tackle harder on them. In front of them, the man who's allowed basically free reign of the midfield is an advanced playmaker on attack duty with get further forward and tackle harder on him. On the wings, we have two inside forwards on attack duty on both sides with the additional instructions of shoot less often, sit narrower, tackle harder, and mark tighter. They kind of occupy these positions here with the wing backs on support who are set to stay wider, getting above and beyond them. And then finally up front, we have an advanced forward on attack duty, more direct passes on him, tackle harder, and mark tighter. Now, the tactical style, guys, is a completely custom one because I've made it. So it doesn't matter which one of these you select, just follow the instructions that I'm about to give you and you will have the exact same setup. It's an attacking mentality on this tactic, and we are set up with a fairly wide attacking width. We are underlapping, ladies and gentlemen, on both sides, left and right, and we are playing out of our defense. Passing directness is set up to standard and a higher tempo cranked all the way up to the top. Low crosses into that final third. We are running at the defense in terms of our dribbling style, and we are also set to be more expressive. In transition, this is how we are set up. Counter pressing when possession has been lost, countering when possession has been won, and our distribution type is to roll it out, letting our goalkeeper decide who the best option is, but we're trying to stay in possession. And then out of possession, this is how we are set up. A high press with that line of engagement, a higher defensive line, triggering that press much more often and preventing short goalkeeper distribution. Now, I get asked a lot as well about the set piece setup. I've got my own set piece setup, which I will share. A link to the download will be on my Patreon. It will be for free, but you can get both the tactic and my set piece setup, which will hopefully get this tactic taken away. And if you do like tactics that aren't from me, they're from GYR, check out this playlist. It's all the tactics that G has released on this year's game.